Alright, let's get things going here. I would like to play first, as a matter of fact. This hand seems pretty insane. I mean, maybe it's not insane, but it is good hand. Definitely won't ship hands like this. So the thing is, this hand actually has the ability, a lot of different ways to have sort of the turn 3 Godwin, because obviously the perfect draw is Nest Invader, but because we have Lotus Cobra, there's actually any of the other 6 mana dorks in the deck work as well, because we can play the Nest Invader, then play the Lotus Cobra, play our tap land, add a mana, and play the thing. But instead we're gonna get Lava Spiked here. I accept. Sometimes you just get Lava Spiked. Okay, well, we have the turn 3 through the breach. Let's see what we get. Come on, win the Emrakul lottery. Let's do it, boys. And girls. And human druids. And I guess Eldrazi. Our opponent has to allow us to hide away, though. Primeval Titan. Hard to feel bad about that. Okay, Lotus Cobra, get in there. So we'll just through the breach next turn for our Primeval Titan, which will give us the Windbrisk Heights, and we'll get the Colony Garden and the Dryad Arbor, and be able to activate the Windbrisk Heights on the turn after that, which is very good. Very, very good. Also, no, we have to play the Windswept Teeth. Okay, that's fine. It's annoying. He hit the wrong one, though. It's okay. So, plant's still alive. Obviously, getting Searing Blaze is annoying, but that wasn't really vital to the plan anyways, since we can fetch and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that was actual worst draw on the deck, since we will not be able to activate our Windbrisk Heights on the following turn because we can't fetch this out of our deck with Primeval Titan anymore. And then I played it. Sure, that's fine. We're going to slow down a little bit here. So we can just play our Primeval Titan next turn this way. I'm not convinced this is right, but given that we can't actually guarantee activating this anytime soon because we drew that, I'm just going to play this and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our next turn and just cast the Emrakul. So, you know, maybe not the drawing that Dryad Arbor actually changed quite a bit there. So that's sort of unlucky. And we'll see. I mean, it slows us down quite a bit against our burn opponent here, and we had to shock ourselves on turn 1 with this hand. And we're going to have to fetch again. So we'll see how things go. I wonder if he's on the mono burn play. We're seeing no creatures. Okay. Well then. Yeah, that's a lot of burn spells, man. Dub Searing Blaze draw. So I guess we have to play this. Fetch up our... So we have out. So we're going to fetch up... This actually conveniently puts him to 15 life. We're going to fetch up the Stomping Ground at the end of the turn. And then if we draw Emrakul, we can kill him. Which is nice. That said, it's also likely he's just going to tap and bolt us twice and we're going to die. But that's magic. So now this means we can't fetch if he has... Yeah, okay, we're dead. Oh, he's got to put it all on the sack just to show me he has it all. Okay, yeah, you got it, man. You did it. Fairly perfect draw from burn. Used all of his mana every turn. Alright, let's get the life gain in here. I think we can actually board out. I think that. I think he's got infinite Searing Blazes here, so I kind of want Quicksilver Amulet. I think I may actually board out Knight. It's hard sometimes board, and it seems counterintuitive to board out Knight because it's so good on its own. But this deck doesn't ever really win that way. It basically only wins with the attack with an Emrakul or a Primeval Titan plan. So Knight of the Reliquary is more of a combo card that is a backup plan, but it's actually not vital to your main game plan. All right. I mean, I guess we keep this. We're denying targets for Searing Blazes at least. I mean, there's an Emrakul. We got it. We got something to aim for, boys and girls and Eldrazi's. And what do we make here? Soldiers. Does he have the creature? He does have the creature. All right, hook us up, Goblin Guide. Nope, Cloudgoat Ranger. Don't feel bad about that though. Certainly don't feel bad. So I'm going to play this now because these can both fetch basics. So this actually seems best. We saw Skullcracks in game 1. I don't know if we'll actually have any ability to play around those, but we'll see if we can or not. Yep. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of damage. Hey, we did it. He gave us a land. Okay, so fetch up here for the plains. Timely reinforcements number 1. Alright, we've undone some of his work. We've once again drawn the Dryad Arbor. He's on the 1 land, so we just know he has infinite gas in hand. I'll double block the Goblin Guide here. So the real question, that's interesting. Okay, so I think what I'm actually going to do is throw both of these in front of the Goblin Guide to trade with it. Throw this one in front of here. We have less life than him, and this guarantees we'll have fewer creatures than him. So we get to untap, play Wimbrisk Kites, then play Timely Reinforcements, have 3 guys, and all of a sudden he has to be scared of this, while we're also dealing with his board and gaining a bunch of life. I like what we got going on here. We're still a long way from actually killing him through the breach, but just by playing this delay game with him where we keep the game going, keep the board going, we make this through the breach have just, you know, a lot of draw steps to be very good. So as long as we don't get gut shotted here, then we would not have less life. We'd both be at 16. All right. Wimbrisk Kites. All right, Emrakul Lottery. Well, that's not great. Some days you hit the Emrakul, some days you hit the Nest Invader. That's the way it goes. Our opponent's putting very little pressure on us. I mean, we actually get to just cast through the breach next turn. So, not under any sort of pressure here. All right, so now we have a decision. We can just, I think I'm just going to play the Cloudgoat Ranger as a matter of fact. That puts us incredibly close to turning this on. So do I get in there? I actually get in there, I think, this turn because it puts him at 15, which is 1 hit from the Emrakul. And we will cast this Cloudgoat Ranger. So we have a ton of tokens. We actually could just win the straight up game, I think, just beating him down. But right now we have 9 power in the field. Our turn, we'll just tap this. We'll have 10 because we will tap 3 untap Kithkin, which gives us +2/+0. So it will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power on the board to just go ahead and activate this and win. Our opponent has hit a second land. However, little does he know he is extremely dead. Alright. We've done it. Emrakul. I have cast Emrakul, and I would like to take an extra turn. They never actually give me the extra turn. Never lucky. Alright, we did it. We Emrakuled him. Now let's move to game 3, where we hope to draw double timely reinforcements again. Or rest for the weary. Or a very fast Emrakul hand. All of the above is fine. For what it's worth, what I did not cover earlier is actually casting Emrakul, which sometimes you get really grindy games where you get an attack or two in with Titan and game goes along, and all of a sudden you just have 15 lands. I'm going to mulligan this. I mean, it seems sweet with the double mana dork, but double Emrakul is pretty close to a mulligan anyway, so yeah, this hand's much more reasonable. As a matter of fact, this is not a turn 2 kill. So I'm actually going to bottom this because we have like the pieces of a turn 2 kill here. We have the birds on turn 1 with the stomping ground and do the Wimber's Kites plus an Invader on turn 2. The problem with that is we have to have white mana to do this. So I'm actually just going to bottom this Hierarch just to increase. I want to draw lands, not mana dork. Really, and with the Through the Breach in our hand too, we just and a couple mana sources on top of that. We just want to find threats to either Through the Breach or Wimber's Kites. I mean, I could have kept it. Probably it would have been fine, but I mean, we're setting up for some disappointment here. If he just untaps and Searing Blazes this guy dead, for sure. That would not be ideal. That's even more reason to bottom that Hierarch. So we just want lands to follow up with. Well, looks like he's got it. Yep. Of course you do. The nuts. Swiss Sphere into... Yep, alright. Well, that's actually a good draw because it gives us something to do this turn. Rather than just play a tap land and lose, so... Alright, Emrakul. Oh, sometimes you hit the Nest Invader. Alright, well. Next land we draw, we can play Rest for the Weary. Bolt us. Have the really good, so we're going to take 3, so we're 9, we're going to take 4, go to 5. I actually really need to hit a land. Okay, good, there's our land. Drawing a Forest. Drawing a Quicksilver Amulet. So let's see what we can do here. If I lead with Lotus Cobra, I can then play the Forest. Alright, so let's think about it. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go down to 1 to play this. So then this gives us 1, 2. And then this gives us 1 more, but we can't do all of that, right? So if I tap out, tap for the Lotus Cobra, play the land, have 1, 2, 3 mana after that. So I can do it. I hope I counted right. I want to play Lotus Cobra, Nest Invader, and Rest for the Weary this turn, and I think that that's a thing we can do. If I have not viciously miscounted. I play the Cobra, I play the land. I have 1, 2, 3 mana. I go green, green, keep Nest Invader, sack the token with the white in the pool, Rest for the Weary. Yeah, we can do it. This puts a lot on the field. It gives us some life, a little bit of a buffer. We get to play towards this Through the Breach kill. Our opponent's down to 2 cards. If they're not great, I mean, we may just maybe. I mean, since we don't have anything good under the Wimber's Kites, I'll just end up trying to trade the Nest Invader for something. Alright, so I would like to add a white mana here. Is our opponent going to respond? Alright, I would now like to play a Nest Invader. Okay. I would now like to play Rest for the Weary, target myself. Gain 8 life. So considering he did just bolt us, I mean this is pretty good here. I certainly don't love the position we're in. He has 2 cards in hand, but we're not in the worst spot either. He comes in with both. I think I just go for the Goblin Guide trade. What is Goblin Guide going to reveal? Just can't get away from this Dryad Arbor, huh? Think that we want to make this block, but save the Cobra. Say we draw Emrakul, we get to play Dryad Arbor, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana and win. So we'll make that block. We have a couple turns. I mean, this deck always feels like it has outs, and that's where I feel like we're at right now. Emrakul or Primeval Titan, both very good right here. Or the Cloud Go Ranger, a whole bunch of good draws. Shard Volley on me. Okay. Down to one card in hand. We're going to... What's happening? Oh, we've been double Shard Volleyed, so that puts us at 7, 6, 4. Gross. But then he's out of cards. And he has a Monastery Swift Sphere, and we are not dead to a Lightning Bolt. Well, that's about all you can ask for. So lots of things that just won the game right here. Very much not one of them. Well, it's going to come down to some top decks here. I mean, I think, offer the Lotus Cobra trade with the Swift Sphere, because if he draws the bolt that makes us lose that exchange, we're dead anyways if we don't block. So, might even throw the Dryad Arbor in front of it as well, and just play this. This not try to preserve creatures or anything game, just play a kind of straight up game here. Hope he doesn't draw a bolt off the top. It's going to be close, certainly close. I mean, we're going to have multiple draw steps that could win us the game. So that's, something to keep in mind. That's all you can ask for. Up against a tier 1 deck here who had the Searing Blaze on us on the play in game 3, so. That's if our opponent decides he wants to let us have mana. If you'd like to let my Lotus Cobra ability resolve, I would appreciate it. Also, we get to just play the Quicksilver Amulet this turn, which is not likely to be relevant given the Through the Breach in our hand, but, let's say next turn he has a Shard Volley and we double block Swift Sphere and he Shard Volleys this. I'm just trying to envision ways which matters. Either way, there's no reason not to, so it's good enough reason by itself. And some black mana. Alright, let's see what he draws. No reason to get in there. Going for the double block for sure. The worst... Okay, well, that's very good. We found another land, how lucky. Well, I think that was the best possible draw off the top of his deck. Because it wasn't us. I mean, I guess it's sort of the same. I'm trying to figure out if I want to chump block the Monastery Swift Sphere. That's what it comes down to. Do I want to chump block it with, I guess, I guess we'd chump with the... It almost doesn't matter, so I guess we'd actually almost want to chump with the birds. That means we don't die to a bolt. But I think we died. So, okay, so I'm just trying to figure this out here. If we chump block with birds this turn, we're still at 4. And then say we draw something big, we can put it into play and not be dead to a bolt. However, say he draws the bolt next turn, which would have killed us anyways if we take this. Then, no, I think I'm supposed to block. I'm not sure if there's a reason to block with the Dryad Arbor over the birds because we have this amulet. I think that I'm gonna block with the Dryad Arbor. Although I don't think it matters. I'm trying to think what we can draw. That makes the fact that this can make any color of mana relevant. I mean, I guess maybe just preserving power is actually better. Let's try this. Because this all still stands. I mean, we can still just fetch, cast Through the Breach if we draw something that wins. Yeah, this is fine. All right, let's see what we get. Come on, deck. Ooh. Ooh. I guess there's no reason not to just do it. That buys us a lot of time in itself. Because now even if he draws Bolt, any form of a Bolt, Lava Spike, we take 5 for the turn and still have lots of time to draw something to kill him. Which he obviously did. I mean, this is fine, though. We've done it. So I guess I attack with the Dryad Arbor. Fetch. I don't. Going to 6. Will that matter? Because I think we'll just kill him. After. On the other hand, I guess there's no reason. There's no reason to go to 6. I think. So okay, let's think this through. If we put him at 12, we go to 6. We vial this in. We get Kessig Wolf Run and a land. Our next turn, we have another land, so we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana to pump our guy for 6. Ooh, it is relevant. Okay. I think I may have miscounted, and if I miscounted, I miscounted, but I think that we will have. I think that we'll be attacking with this turn and fetching ourselves down to 6, and then more on the next turn means that we can kill him on our next turn. But it's also possible I miscounted, so we'll see. So on our next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, but it costs. So we're only pumping him for 5 actually. Oh well. He's actually gonna get a show the top card of our deck here. Okay, Noble Hierarch. Sure, we'll fetch it away. So, given that we don't kill him, I think I get the Colony Garden and the Kessig Wolf Run. This makes us a second blocker. We take no damage on this turn, so there's not even a series of things that kill us. Right, so we would be pumping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So I miscounted a little. That's fine though. I guess I just leave this back as a blocker. We get to put this in. There's no way he can kill us, and he's dead next turn. So I think we're gonna get there. Very good game. Very good match against Burn, as a matter of fact. All right, let's go ahead and get. I guess we get a Moss. Let's just get Moss War Bridges, right? Unlikely to matter. There's the. Now we get the Emrakul. Been way different if we hit it earlier, obviously. No reason to do anything here. Just gonna bring in the Knight of the Reliquary with a Quicksilver Amulet on his turn. I mean, he probably knows he's dead anyways here, I guess. Yeah, he thinks he can jump block to win, and I understand. Sorry, friend. Get in there with everything. All right. That was a very good match, very close. I mean that's how a lot of games with this deck go, in my opinion. You come down and you have some outs, and if you draw them, you're gonna get there, and if you don't, you lose. But either way, that was a very good match. Very, very happy with that. I think shows the power of the deck very well. Would not like to pay 2 life. Would you like to block? So you see, yes, our Primeval Titan, obviously we have trample, whatever, but let's pretend he has a removal speller for this or something. Um, Say this this card's Path. Then this Castle Wolf run, you see how important it is. We just get to pump our Dryad Arbor up and win because it gives it trample as well. But there we go. That was a very good match. We have defeated Burn.